Also, in Dream League Soccer 2017, you were able to score from a throw-in. Now, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but you could literally throw it into the net. NoLifeJeff, that is my name. What is up, guys? And today we are going to be putting every single Dream League Soccer that has been created on a tier list. Starting off with the original Dream League Soccer. This was really great. I love this game. I played it so much. I love the legends. I love the creative players. I liked how you could watch unlimited video ads and you could get all your favorite players. Now, the way you can play online against other players isn't as good as it is now, and the UI could, be a little bit better. So because of that, I am going to be putting it in the A tier, okay? Not quite S. Moving on to Dream League Soccer 2016, the graphics, the UI, and everything like that was just way better, way step up from the original Dream League Soccer, which made it so much better. And the way you could play online against other players with the divisions and everything makes it a really solid game. Now, it did have some gameplay flaws. If you just did roulettes, that was the most OP thing ever. The skills were pretty basic. Shooting with B was more overpowered than shooting with A. And you know what? There were no legends. So I'm actually going to put this underneath the original Dream League Soccer and put it in the B tier. Just because all those good things I said about Dream League Soccer 2016 exist for all the rest. Moving on to Dream League Soccer 2017. Now, I enjoyed Dream League Soccer 2017. Maybe because I just played it more since I was uploading more back then. But yeah, I truly did enjoy it. I was getting better at the game. I was starting to understand the game. However, the gameplay still had their problems, okay? A lot of things were OP. Also, in Dream League Soccer 2017, you were able to score from a throw-in. Now, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but you could literally throw it into the net. So, we're going to stick this right up there with Dream League Soccer 2016. In the B tier. Moving on to Dream League Soccer 2018. Now this is right now, I'll tell you, was my least favorite Dream League Soccer. Now that might just be my personal bias because that was when I started to struggle with online. But yeah, I didn't enjoy Dream League Soccer 2018. They didn't really add that many things other than the creative player, yet I didn't actually enjoy the creative player all that much because I already had a really great team and you could always upgrade all your players to 100, so it was kind of useless. Other than creating Pele, but you can't create all the legends. Also, Secret Week was an absolute terrible addition to the transfer market. I was actually disappointed. So for that reason, I am putting Dream League Soccer 2018 in the C tier because you know what? It was still fine, okay? Dream League Soccer 2019. This is one's really interesting because about just over a year ago, I put out a poll asking you guys your favorite Dream League Soccer, and this was your favorite. Now, is this my favorite? No. Now, they did add events, which were actually amazing, okay? I was looking for some new spice in the game, okay? And events had potential, yet it was the biggest letdown ever. Events were only against the CPU, and it was basically a grind. They made you play like so many games against the same not difficult CPU, and it was almost like playing career mode, yet just in a separate screen. So we're gonna put in the A tier just because events were great, but was it my favorite Dream League Soccer? No. One of these two is. So Dream League Soccer 2020 was actually a letdown for a lot of people, but I personally enjoyed it. The majority of changes that they made from Dream League Soccer 2019 to Dream League Soccer 2020 were actually good in my eyes, and which is why I am going to be putting Dream League Soccer 2020 as the S tier Dream League Soccer. The progression was slowed enough where you were still enjoying playing the game, yet it didn't feel impossible. I'll get into that later. The fact that superstar players wouldn't show up until you upgraded your team was great, so you could feel like you're progressing with your team and buying rare players. Also making scouts way more useful. The addition of the gems, facilities, and agents were all positive. You could release a legendary player for a legendary coach. That was good. Now, the fact that you didn't get coins on releasing a player did bother me, but it didn't bother me enough for this not to be S. And perhaps my most favorite change of Dream League Soccer 2020 was to put events online. Events were boring against the CPU. Sure, you won every single time, so you get more coins, but I think it's way more fun being able to play it online against, some actual competition. All those changes were made in Dream League Soccer 2020, and it's amazing, which is why it's the S tier. Let's move on to Dream League Soccer 2021 to finish off this video. Now, Dream League Soccer 2021 was very similar to Dream League Soccer 2020, except they added the Season Pass and friendly matches, so that's actually really solid. But I don't think the addition of friendly matches justifies an S tier or even an A tier, just because of all the nerfs they did the whole entire year. Like, I did the coaching video the other day, and I was honestly shocked that you need 80 common coaches in order to max a whole one entire player. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Now, there's definitely a reason why they did this. It's just, kind of frustrating for the newer players because they're not going to want to keep playing. They're going to be like, oh, I'm not progressing, I'm not getting messy. Well, I think Dream League Soccer's whole audience was that you could play with better players, and it's not like console FIFA where you can barely get the biggest and the best players. But anyway, I digress. I am going to be putting the Dream League Soccer 2021 in the B tier. It was still pretty solid. And yeah, so there's my tier list. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me, so leave your disagreements in the comments. Maybe we'll have a little bit of an argument. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. But you know what? I'm happy telling you why Dream League Soccer 2020 was my favorite Dream League Soccer, even though they made the whole entire game online.